Alright, I mentioned in the previous video that I was going to make a video of talking about my RFID chip implant, and you have to excuse the camera angle here. It's all, I wish I could show you, set up very madly, but I've got here my old phone, currently recording on my new one, and then as well my RFID chip, which is in my hand about here. You can still see the sort of entry point, and then in good lighting, you see, you can give that a little poke, and that's really just about the same kind of stuff they use in pets, I suppose, when trying to identify your pet. It's a grain of rice sized glass tube with some circuitry inside it. I'm not very technical. I should have really completely enveloped myself in this before I ventured into putting it in my body, but I've done a lot of research into it. I'm just not entirely sure on all the technical specifications. I'm just sure that there's a microchip in here and then an antenna which is encased in glass, which doesn't react to my body in any way. It's going to be fairly easy to remove if I do want to at some point as well. And it all works through near field communication, so that's NFC technology. It's the same thing that you get in your smartphone or any kind of card reader type thing, and that's powered in the phone sense, at least, through the bit on the battery. This is my old Samsung S3, this is a case, but it works through the case, and this is sort of a thing wrapped around the battery, I believe, which sends out a short signal, which then reacts, I guess, makes the electrons on this spin around the circuitry and then send a signal back through the antennae in here. Of course, there's no internal battery in this, so the NFC using just very little power consumption as possible, so there's not much data you can store on this either. But my life with it so far has been alright. I'm assuming you'll know pretty much what I'm talking about if you've ventured into this video. Maybe you're thinking about getting one yourself. So I should really jump into this and sort of demo it, and this is my old phone, so it's extremely slow. I know it doesn't look like it. I've had to pretty much wipe it for the sake of this video, and I'll demonstrate it as well. This is one of my old sketchbooks from when I thought I was an amazing fancy artist. I still am, but I thought I was something cool. So I've stuck this is the sticker version. You can just buy the stickers. I think I got these for about 30p each. I got them in a bulk of 10, or just online. And what you'd basically do is you can just download the app, which yes I have here. Will this is gonna work? No, but that's basically cool. There we go. NFC tools. I've bought the Pro version just because I wanted more features. You know, if I've got it in my body, I might as well spend £2 on the app that actually lets me do it. Oh no! Alright. So, yep. Alright. Sorry, I was scared I actually didn't configure my phone properly. But that was just reading the chip. Then I will go back and how do I close these apps? Yeah. Alright, I'll bring the app back up because that was quite an important bit of information. Alright, that warning is just me not doing something. But this is the app as you would see it, and then there's a load of different menus in here to write and set tasks. And this is the sticker version, and you can kind of tell actually that's roughly what's going to be inside the chip, just sort of cylindrical and a bit more easy. So that long strip, I believe, is just the microchip line. You know all this. So when you would place it, it works in about a 2 to 3 centimeter range from these at least. The one in my hand is only about 1 centimeter or less. So you'd place it over, it will detect the tag, and then that would read to you the information. And then, oh, here we go. So there's a lot of junk information, I guess. There is a password on this one. It's writable, and you see there it links to a Tumblr, which is my old sort of business card done through a website. And then on this one I'll show you, just instead of using the home screen on the phone, just let that refocus. You don't need the app to be open when doing this, and any phone that has NFC will be able to activate. So it's not available in Apple products yet, I believe. Actually, I believe it is, but only works with Apple Pay. So that's sort of your downfall there. So it is maybe just an Android exclusive for all the cool features. And this is another tag which you can buy. This is, I don't know why this is white. It came like that. And then I'll show you, works through the back of the cover as well. I'll put the phone on top. And then there it is, it's read the wireless frequency, and it's opened up an Instagram page. And it's a very slow phone, so it's loaded very slowly, so don't blame the chips for that one, because it will do that. And I'm not sure how else is going to fare as well, because on the phone I'm recording with, this one, picks up quite easily most of the time. So I'm going to put your phone over my hand. Yep, oh, it's done it. And then on the chip itself there, this is kind of an old bit of data I'd done, but it's the coolest one I could find for demonstration. I used it in a show I did. I used this kind of chip as part of an artwork. I know it seems like, oh my god, such a crazy idea, but really to me it wasn't. And then people already thought I was weird as it is, but now they have more reason to believe that I'm weird. And then I invited people to scan this chip in my hand with their phones, as long as they didn't have an Apple phone. If they did, I would use mine. Just to be nice, I liked that exclusivity a bit. And then, oh, it gave people sort of another access into my artwork, which I won't talk too much about. I do a lot of digital, internet-based things. That's for another story, maybe another video. You can hear my views on art and the current modern contemporary art scene. I don't care, maybe you do. Unlock the phone. And then as well, these chips, it's not sort of stuck there forever. Well, it kind of is, but the data that's on it isn't stuck forever. So here's the same reading app, and if I read, sorry this is upside down, I know. If I were to read the chip, then you can see this is the one in the hand. It's got a lot more data capacity on it. I just realised I'm showing this at sort of the bad angle. Yeah, it's got, there we go, 868 bytes of data, whereas the other ones, the one in the books, these stickers, they tend to have only about 100, 110, 120, something like that. As you see, there's just a lot more sort of data you can fit on these. So currently, I believe like my access card to get into work in an office, that's about a kilobyte of data, and like bank cards I believe are about a kilobyte, just maybe a bit more. Same as a travel card. I've got a travel card for all the local buses here, and I can't quite fit these onto the chip yet. And well, even if I could, they're all encrypted anyway, so I don't know how to quite hack that. I'm not a hackerino or anything. It's fun to poke. I mean, mostly it is essentially pointless. I mean, I get that. And I get that a lot of people are freaked out, like, oh my god, why would you do that? But then, why not? You know, people get tattoos, people get piercings, people get dermals, you know, this is kind of just another dermal, just practical, if you want to put it that way. But, you know, I'm a big believer in the future, big believer of a cyborg movement, but, you know, this was intended originally as an art purpose, so all art essentially is meant to be extreme or pointless or even like provocative, thought-inspiring, just something different. That's kind of how I perceive art should be, and this was a way to sort of get people to thinking into what is their relationship with technology. And for me now, it's, well, my relationship with technology has become quite synonymous, and they sort of steal or borrow this idea from another artist themselves. The artist is Anthony Antonellis, very clever net artist. I don't know what he'd prefer to call himself, but he's an artist who makes artwork in and around the internet. He's very influential to some of my things. I've realised I'm going more about art than I am the chip, but I mean they do go hand in hand for me. If you're getting this chip for any kind of practical purpose, then I mean it's not quite there yet. It depends what your preferences are, I guess. I need more visuals in this. So, I mean, if you're just getting the chip to show off a cool party trick, then definitely. I mean, if you can find it cheap enough, find a place who will get it done for you at an affordable price. That's another thing as well. Getting it, that was a quite a trek. It's quite a journey. Took about 4 months. I was waiting at my local tattoo piercing body modification place. They'd never done it before. They'd never seen or heard of this before, actually. I think only one of them was sort of vaguely aware of it. I'm not even sure he knew what I was talking about at the time. But you know, I said, can you order this in? Is this something you could do? They said, well, yeah, we do all this stuff all the time. It's really no different to a normal dermal. So I was like, cool. And then a month later, nothing arrived. 2 months, 3 months, and then eventually on the 4th month, I think I'd asked for this around January, and it got to April, May. Very late April, I think. I can't actually remember when I had it done. That's quite bad. But it arrived late, and because it arrived so late and I was delayed for so long, they gave me quite a nice discount, which was very kind of them. I don't know if I should even say who did it, but I mean they still offer it. I think only what are we now? December 2016. So it's been a few months since I've had it. The scar's not healed fully. I don't care about that. I don't care if the scar's not healed. I like this little bump as well. You can actually feel it. You can press it. But apparently they've only had 2 more people go in, I think, and they've ordered 10 of them in. So it's not taking up a huge amount, I guess, in my local scene at least. Not that I would even call it a scene. I'm just gonna flash through some artworks while I talk. I mean, these aren't even artworks, these are just sketches, you know, and you're just sitting at home, you're doing nothing, you think, oh no, I'll just draw some lines, I'll cut something out, I'll colour something in, you know. It's a bit of fun in it. Bit of fun. Yeah. Realise this looks kind of like what 5-year-olds could do, but I'm all about the inner creative. You know, if you're not having fun, then what's the point? Dream one day maybe turn those into giant collages, get some rich man to buy it for millions and millions of pounds, and I can live my $1 million lifestyle with my smart home one day. But no, the plan is for me graphic design. I know what you're thinking, this guy can't even design, and you're right, I can't. I don't know how to use Photoshop, but that's not going to stop me. Actually, it will, but I'm going to learn. And that's the life lesson, folks. 2017, do something new. So as for the chip, I've got to talk about it long enough. I've talked about a lot of other nonsense things long enough. So I'm going to let the light bulb show me out with the watch. I'll probably do one on this as well, just a review. I have no idea how to review anything. Ignore this, it's shoe polish. So I've got the Amazon Alexa. It didn't wake up. Oh, it's cracky, it knew me. I've got a light bulb now, which is Wi-Fi controlled. In fact, how about if I break the 4th wall? Careful, excuse the mess. It's a graduation pic. Yeah, I really haven't tidied up. That was good. Like, it's my day off today between Christmas and New Year. I was going to tidy the entire room up. I live in a very small box room. That's basically because I get the room cheaper. Because I house share at the moment. Pringles? Oh dear, I just showed you all the mess. Wow. the thing I put a big black velvet thing to hide. Yeah, a house share, so it's cheaper for me in the long run, and I don't need a lot of room. I'm always at work anyway. So let's get to light bulbs, the cool moment. Can I bring this down to show you the Amazon Echo as well? Whoa, there we go. There's a nice Mewtwo. Alexa, hello.
Hi.
See, just like voice controlled. I'll probably do a little video on this as well. But Alexa, set bedroom lights 10%.
Okay.
And there we go. It's very dark now. Alexa, set bedroom light 80%.
Okay.
Alright, that's enough. That's enough for this video. Doge. Hope you've learnt something. If you need to know more, I guess I really sort of overlooked a lot of information. I do that a lot. I don't plan anything. I should like write a script. But yeah, if you want to know anything, comments. Are they down there, or is it gonna be like 2 years later? They're gonna go like up there now. Like the title's gonna be there and subscribes over here. Yeah, if you need to know anything, comment. I'll try my best to answer it. I mean, you're probably better off just googling it. I'm not gonna lie. You probably get a faster response that way as well. But I mean, if you want to know my experiences at least, like life with, then I like this lighting. It's very. You can never normally see it. I mean, in person, you look at this, you wouldn't even notice. They just think it was a little like spot. It looks like that. In normal light, you can barely tell. I've only got the one. So yeah. Have fun. I'll probably make another video, probably won't. I mean, I'm not doing this as a job. I've only got one other video. Theoretically, I do this a lot. It's the Pokemon cards video. All my other videos are kind of joke ones, art ones, or something I did like 5 years ago. It's very terrible. I wouldn't recommend it. Look at this wristband. Charge your bloody phone with it. That's it. Lights out. Alexa, turn bedroom lights off.
Okay.
Peace.